council meeting to order. We're going to try to push this through because we got one on call here and he just got buzzed. Could get a roll call, please.
Councilman Anderson.
Present.
Councilman Woodford.
Present.
Mayor Swallows.
Here.
Vice Mayor Epps.
Here.
Councilman Albright.
Here.
All present.
Thank you. Would everyone please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. All right. Consider approval of agenda as presented. Any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
All right. Have a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
All vote.
5 yes votes. Motion carries.
Old business. Item 2, hold a public hearing. Consider on second and final reading ordinance 120611, providing a tax levy for the 2012-2013 fiscal year. Sponsors Mr. Mike Davidson.
Mayor and council members, since first reading on this ordinance, there's been no changes. It still reflects a 5-cent property tax increase that would raise the city's tax rate from 85 cents to 90 cents. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right. Do we have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Any questions, comments from council?
Mr. Mayor, I have a maybe it's actually a point of order. I'd like to make it. Can I make an amendment to the budget on a line item, or to is that without?
Councilman
Parley.
Are you want to
parliamentarian.
change the budget?
No, just change one item in the budget is what I'd like to do. But if I can't without destroying the whole budget, I certainly
Are
am
you
not
talking
going
about
to.
the appropriating ordinance or the tax levy ordinance?
Actually, I was just.
Is it an expenditure? Or?
Yeah, it's an expenditure.
Well, we need to wait till we get to the appropriating ordinance.
Okay,
This is
all
just
right.
a tax levy.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Yes, you should be able to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, comments?
I just want to repeat that I'm, like I said last week, in favor of doing the tax increase because it's been quite a while since the city employees have had any consideration of review of their salaries and benefits, and that needs to be done because I believe several of the employees are underpaid, and we need to rectify that. And at the same time, we need to have respect for the citizens that pay the taxes, and I think we as the council have done a really good job is trying to balance the two to take care of the city employees and be respectful and mindful of the people paying the property taxes. Because my wife and I have several pieces of property, so it affects us, but we're glad to do it for the benefit of the city as a whole.
And I want to add that I've made a point when I've been out in public to speak to people of this, and I've had no negative comments about it at all, and have even received positive emails regarding it. So I think, generally speaking, it's a good idea to move slowly and raise taxes periodically rather than to wait when you're in a moment of severe need or want, and then raise taxes considerably.
Like Alma, I've had positive emails, and people that have talked to me about it have all been for it and very encouraging. I've only had one person that talked to me that was against the property tax increase.
All right, anything else?
No.
Anything from audience?
I'll make I'll make my little spiel here too, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor. Of course, you know that I'm as last time. My vote has not changed. I still will vote no, and I just want to reiterate that doesn't mean that I'm not voting for the budget appropriations, except for maybe one item will come up later. But I'm not voting against salary increases. I'm not voting against appropriations for equipment. I'm not voting against the way it's been broken down. It's our funding source. I feel the rate we have right now is appropriate, and I think it will certainly. I certainly feel it will cover it. I guess because I have lots of confidence in Cookeville and some of the things we're doing. That's it.
I guess I'll reiterate what Vice Mayor Epps said. I just feel like I'm not necessarily for or against any of the upcoming budget items. I think we can get it done where we're at right now. So that's just the way I feel. So, all right. Any other questions? All right. I'll vote.
3 yes, 2 no. Motion carries.
All right. Item 3, hold a public hearing and consider on second and final reading ordinance 120612, authorizing appropriations for financial aid to public service, nonprofit, and charitable organizations for the 2012-2013 fiscal year. Sponsors Mr. Mike Davidson.
Mayor and council members, this ordinance does appropriate funding for nonprofits. There has been one change since first reading. It does not involve dollar amount. We did receive notice this week that the Upper Cumberland, the drug court that had been housed under UCHRA, is now moving back up to be underneath the county, within the court system within the county. So the ordinance is now reflected that the drug court is now back underneath the county court system, and it's not inside of UCHRA any longer. The funding is still the same at $730,555 in total for all the nonprofit contributions, but I just wanted to point out that change since first reading, and that's it.
Do you have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Questions, comments? No. Good. All right. Seeing none, I'll vote.
5 yes votes. Motion carries.
All right, item 4, hold a public hearing and consider on second and final reading ordinance 120613, making appropriations for the various funds, departments, and agencies of the city of Cookeville for 2012-2013 fiscal year. Sponsors Mr. Mike Davidson.
Mayor and council members, just briefly, I'll go through the total appropriations by fund. For the general fund, the total appropriations of $23,157,098. State Street Aid is $953,947. Sanitation Fund is $1,702,405. The Drug Fund is $30,350. Total appropriations for the Tree Board Fund $3,320. Animal Control is $1,610,868, which includes funding for the expansion of a new shelter. The Economic Development Fund is $3,440,991. Quality of Life $2,316,717. The Debt Service Fund is $4,062,597. The Employee Health Insurance Fund $3,649,300. Our Work Comp Liability Insurance Fund is $512,620. Water Quality Control is $20,570,356. The Electric Department is $57,248,764. Gas Department $9,318,227. Our Customer Service Department is $1,162,710, and Cookeville Regional Medical Center is $301,728,708. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that I can.
All right. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Questions, comments from council?
Is this the point where I could? This may be a point. This may be out of order, but I'm going to ask the question. I would like to make an amendment to the general fund budget, and this may have needed to been done way back when, but an amendment to the general fund budget to remove the $30,000 for the consultant study of the city employees' wage and pay scale, with the same study to be done in-house by our city administration. I'd like to make that amendment. Is that?
You can make that amendment.
Yes.
Okay, because I didn't know if that needed to be done in the budget process and not striking. I'm not trying to. Well, anyway, that's all I want to do. So I'd like to make that amendment.
Okay. So we have a motion for approval of the budget as amended.
Well, no, you have to have a second on that amendment.
I need to get a second before.
Oh, a second. Okay.
If no one seconds, it's going to be. I'm just going to sit here for a little bit.
I'll second that.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'll second that so we can open it up. Any discussion?
Quite frankly, I feel like it's something that needs to be done out of house, not because our people, the people in the city of Cookeville, are not able or capable of doing it, but simply because what I've said before in work session, when, these people do their job, they do it quite well. Let's bring somebody in to look at it, somebody, an outside source, to look at it with an eye that is not colored by the city of Cookeville. And, definitely, if I were going to be put to sleep, Larry, I'd come to you because you know how to do that, and I know nothing about it.
Is that with or without drugs?
And just like you, Matt, I mean, yeah, the next time I need to be put to sleep, he may not give me any drugs. But
That's the nicest no vote I've ever had in a long time. I appreciate that. That's
but the point that I'm making
I
here is let's go to a group of people that do it all the time, and let's not add to the work that our good public servants already do.
I concur with that. I feel the same way. I think we ought to have an outside consulting firm come in and do the evaluation, so no personalities or previous affiliations with the city are involved. It'll be a neutral and appropriate evaluation. So I'm sticking with the study from an outside source.
I definitely think there's a need for relooking at everyone's at the payroll and at job description and pay scale. I do think there's a huge need in that, but also at the same time I think it's pretty black and white. Numbers are numbers, and if you're in this category, you're in this category. I think that's something that can be done internally as well. I just look at it from my business. If read trade magazines, you kind of know what scale people that of a certain job description do, and we look at ours from time to time just as well, and we kind of make that decision. I know we're a lot smaller organization than the city of Cookeville. I'm not trying to compare that, but I do think that there's a need for a look at the pay scale. But I think it can be done internally. I think we can find the appropriate information from cities and counties that are close to our size, equivalent to our size, and like I said, I think it's pretty black and white, and it can come back to us to make a decision on how we want to implement that. And I just think it can be done in-house. I mean, I understand that there are professionals out there that do this, and I guess there's a whole industry that does this, and I understand that too. But I think we could probably cut a little bit and do a lot of this in-house. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. All right. Vote on the amended budget.
Now, wait a minute. We have to vote
On the amendment. Sorry. All right. Vote on the amendment.
3 no, 2 yes, motion fails.
Okay.
amendment fails.
The amendment fails. Now we already have a motion for the
Yes.
approved budget. We have a second. Do we have any more discussion?
No.
All right. Seeing none, all vote.
2 no, 3 yes, motion carries.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Davidson.
Thank you.
Since this is a special call meeting and we really have no visitors other than Amy, thank you for coming. I realize it's probably in your job description. But anyway, if anybody had anything to say, they are more than welcome to come forward and speak. If not, I know we have one that's on call, and he probably needs to get back. So,
Well, I wanted to wish everybody a happy 4th of July, and I would be remiss as a U.S. history teacher to not to let this pass by without saying that it's not all about hot dogs and firecrackers. It's about our great country and the Declaration of Independence. And I hope everybody takes a moment on next Wednesday to remember that the fireworks are about the rocket's red glare and all that good stuff. And happy 4th of July.
thank you, Councilman Anderson. That was slipped my mind, but yes, happy 4th of July.
Got a little on your mind
Yeah,
right now.
but I do want to say this as a public safety note, and you've probably seen it on the news. Keep in mind if you are out there firing off fireworks, firecrackers. I mean, it is extremely dry out there. Just be careful. If you can do that over water, do it over water, or have water handy if you're going to do it. Of course, I don't think you can do it inside the city limits anyway. But if you,
Yeah, you can on the 4th of July.
Well,
I mean, I set that up. We could have just said no. But just kidding. Okay, but yes, just be careful. Be cognizant of the dry grass. It's going to be 100 and something degrees for the next 4 or 5 days in a row. So it is a fire hazard. Please just keep that in mind. We don't want to stretch our services any more than we need to or have to, and keep everyone safe as much as we can. Also, I'm going to welcome my son into the world.
Congratulations. Yay.
Anyway, pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. This meeting adjourned.
Good.